will be starting up with the transportation system. We will be starting up with transportation system. Okay, how transportation take place in plants and animals we will be studying. So in today's class we will be studying only about plants, and in the upcoming classes we will study about animals, that is about human beings. Fine? Okay, students. So why is the transportation needed? What is getting transported in the body? As you all know that, we need energy, right? We need energy. How do we get energy? By eating food, right? Similarly, we need oxygen to respire. How we are getting oxygen? From the atmospheric air, right? So in the similar manner, we are getting it from the outsource. Similarly, each and every body cell need oxygen, right or wrong? Each and every body cell need oxygen. Each and every body cell needs some food molecules in order to give us energy, which convert itself into ATP, right? To do some work, we need energy. So how is transportation taking place in the body? We'll connect it to the previous thing what we have studied, excretion. How is the nitrogenous waste moving to the kidney? Even the nitrogenous waste is getting transported. It is going to the kidney in the similar manner. Carbon dioxide is going to the lungs, right? From lungs, oxygen is being again supplied. Purification is being done. Conversion is being done. How is all these things taking place? We'll take only one example of excretion itself. Nitrogenous waste are being transported into the kidney. How it is getting transported?
Through the blood.
By blood. Very good. It is transporting by blood. So various things are going on in our body. Various mechanisms are taking place inside the body, which is aided by the transportation. So through blood, many molecules are getting transported to each and every part of the body. So in the body, there are many blood vessels, blood capillaries that help in the process of transportation. And there is an organ also which is very much essential for the transportation. Can you name that? Which organ is needed to transfer blood or to pump blood?
Heart.
Art. Very good, students. So in human beings and other living organisms, there is a specific organ known to be as a heart, and there is a supply of blood through the blood vessels, blood capillaries, and it is a huge system. It is a huge system which is known to be as transportation. We have lot of work to do. We need to write notes, we need to study, you have to complete your homeworks, you have to study hard for your exam. That is the only work you people have. But what about other people? They want to struggle very hard. They have to use their physical energy, mental energy, right? So all these things are dependent on the transportation system. If there is no proper supply of blood, if there is no proper purification taking place, if energy is not coming, so what do the cells do? Cells die, right? So everything is associated with the transportation. So it is a complex process. It is not a simple process. If you are feeling little tired, what you'll do? You won't write the notes. If you are having little stomach upset, what you'll tell in class? Ma'am, stomach upset. Ma'am, headache. Ma'am, fever. I will sleep. These are the silly reasons which you give. Then what about plants? What about plants? Do plants have lot of work to do as a human being or any other animal? No. They don't have lot of work to do. They want to do work, but not as much as a human being or as much as a animal, right? So in today's class, we will be studying about transportation that is taking place in the plant. Fine. I will be sharing you a slides now. Please look at it. Okay. Is it visible for everyone? Is the screen visible? Okay, students.
Yes, ma'am.
So under chapter number 6, that is life process, we will be studying about transportation system today, in which we will be focusing about transportation taking place in plants, how it take place in plants. Okay, see here. In the first slide, I have just given the pictures to make you understand what actually is happening. Okay, so transportation in plant occurs by two ways, that is from the ascent of sap and by translocation. Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it occurs by ascent of sap and also by the translocation. What do you mean by ascent of sap? Did you hear the word sap before? Did you hear the word sap before? Did anyone hear? No. Sap is meant to be the movement of water and mineral. It is the movement of water and mineral. What do you mean by ascent now? Ascent, ascending. Ascending order, descending order, you have learnt. What do you mean by ascent now? Pooja, can you tell what is ascending order?
Increasing.
Increasing, okay. When you relate it to plants, water, mineral, how can you tell ascent? How can you tell ascent to be? Ascending. I told sap means water and mineral, movement of water and mineral. What do you mean by ascent of sap? Be fast, students.
Increase in movement.
Increase in movement. Okay, consider a plant which is standing. From where to where water and minerals will move?
From the roots to the leaves.
Very good, Pooja. From the roots to the leaves. So it is upward movement or the downward movement?
Upward movement.
Very good. It is the upward movement of what?
Minerals and water.
Upward movement of water and minerals in the plant is known to be as a ascent of sap. So it is associated with two mechanisms, that is transpiration and also root pressure. Getting it? There are two mechanisms that is taking place inside the plant, because of which there is an upward movement of a water and minerals from the root to the leaf. Okay, in the ascending order, in the increasing order, upward movement of the molecules. So how does this movement take place? There should be some tissue or a cell
Xylem.
help in the not only Pooja, I'm asking to others also. If you know the answer, you can just raise your hand. You got to know now, in the ascending order, that is in the upward movement, water and minerals are getting transported from roots to the leaf. What is transporting this? As you told, in living organism, blood is needed to transport oxygen, to transport nitrogenous waste to the kidney. We have already discussed this. Similarly, there should be something in the plant that helps to
Xylem.
transfer. Very good. Who told the answer?
Xylem.
Ashrita.
Ma'am, Ashrita.
Okay, very good, Ashrita. So there is a specialized tissue or a vascular tissue. It is also known to be as a vascular tissue, which you have learned in your previous class itself, which help in the transfer of water and minerals throughout the body of a plant. Right? Clear with the first thing? We'll go in deep with it. Clear with this thing? You got to know what is ascent of sap. So through ascent of sap, what is getting transported? What is getting transported?
Water and
Minerals
minerals.
getting transported. Which are the two mechanisms
Water
that
and
are involved?
minerals.
Very good. Which are the two mechanisms that are involved? That are necessary? Which are the two mechanisms? In the picture you can see and tell me.
Ascent of sap and translocation.
Transpiration and root pressure are the two mechanisms in ascent of sap in the movement of water and minerals. Fine. Next I have written there translocation. What else do the plant need? Only water and mineral is enough for the plant. What else is needed to the plant in order to grow? In order to increase its size?
Sunlight.
Sugar. As human beings.
Sunlight.
Very good. As
Carbohydrates.
human beings. Okay. So as human beings, even plants need food for their growth, for their proper development. So how is the food obtained? Food is obtained by the, which part of a plant is preparing the food? Where is food?
Leaves.
Huh? Leaves. What is the color of leaf usually?
Green.
So green part of the plant is preparing the food by the help of photosynthesis through the process called photosynthesis. Right? These things you know. That food can be known to be as a carbohydrate or sucrose. Sucrose is a carbohydrate. It is nothing but a sugar molecule. Clear? So food is being prepared in the green plant and it has to be supplied to other parts. So what is getting transported now? Food molecules
Food
are
is
getting
transport.
transported. So to transport food molecules, what is needed? Even it needs some tissue.
Phloem.
Very good. So there is a specialized tissue which is known as a phloem, which help in the transportation of food molecules throughout the body of a plant. Throughout the plant body, what is transporting the food molecules? Phloem is transporting. So ascent of sap take place through xylem. Translocation take place through phloem. Clear? Ascent of sap. Be clear with this. Ascent of sap. What is getting transported?
Water and
Water and
minerals.
minerals. Very good. Translocation. What is getting transported?
Food materials.
Food materials or food molecules are getting transported. Through which tissue ascent? Through which tissue? Water and minerals are getting
Phloem.
water and minerals.
Xylem.
Some people tell xylem, some people tell phloem. What actually? Together tell me. Xylem. Machiyarappa phylum phloem alli. Tell. Xylem, food and minerals. Okay. What about water and minerals? What about food?
Phloem.
Very good, students. Let's move further. You can see the picture later. I will be sharing you the slides so that you can understand better. Okay. So see here. See here. In this picture, hope it is not that clear. Okay. See. Okay. To the next slide we'll move. So transportation of plants. That is, first thing is transportation of water and minerals through the tissue, that is called as xylem. Already you people got it. From where to where is the water and mineral getting transported? First,
From the roots to upper parts of plants.
very good. Root is taking the water and minerals. From where the root is taking water and minerals?
Soil.
From the soil. Very good, students. So from soil, what is being taken by the plant? Water and
Water and
minerals
minerals.
taken from the plant, and it is going to the root. From root, it is
No.
to other parts of the plant, right? Can you tell that process to be unidirectional or bidirectional? What do you mean by uni?
Single.
Single direction.
Single.
Very good. What do you mean by bidirectional?
Two direction.
Two direction.
What can you tell whether it is a unidirectional process or a bidirectional process?
Unidirectional.
From root it is starting. From root, upward movement. Already we have learned it is an upward movement of water and minerals. Whether it is unidirectional or bidirectional.
Unidirectional.
To be as unidirectional, it is going only in one single direction. From roots to other part, stem it is going, right? Flowers, seeds, leaves, it is growing. So everything is going upward. Everything is going upward. So it is known to be as unidirectional because it takes place only from roots to upper part of the plant. Getting it? It is known to be as unidirectional because it takes place only from the root to the upper part of a plant. Clear? Clear with these two statements? Okay, students. So
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
this ascent of sap is associated with two mechanisms, which is known to be as transpiration and root pressure. So in your previous lower classes and all, you might have been studied about transpiration. What actually is transpiration? Who know the answer? Please raise your hand. I don't want answer from the same student. Sinchana. Okay, Sinchana, tell me.
It is the loss of water from the surface of the leaf in the form of water vapor.
You are reading it out. I need it in your own
Yes.
sentence. What is transpiration?
Loss of water.
Loss of water. From where the loss of water is taking place?
From the leaf. Surface of the leaf.
From the surface of the leaf it is taking place. When it is taking place? Why it is
Excretion
taking place?
process.
Okay, it is a process of excretion. Okay, so only I did not cover this topic in that. Later we can just summarize it. We can relate it there. Why it is taking place? How it is taking place? When does loss of water take place? In the night
When there
or
is
in the
excess of water.
daytime?
During the day.
Excess of water.
Removal of excess of water. Very good. Who told the answer?
Prashant.
Prashant. Okay. Removal of excess of water. It takes place during the day or night? More.
Day.
During the day. Why it is taking place during the day more?
Because
Sunlight.
Because of sunlight, presence of
Because
sunlight.
of the temperature, because of high temperature, what is happening? There is loss of water from the surface of leaf that take place in the form of a water vapor, right? The loss of water in the form of a water vapor. You can see in the previous picture, there are few droplets here. So that is nothing but transpiration. That is nothing but transpiration. So, whenever there is loss of water taking place, there is a vacuum that is created. See, throughout the plants, there are n number of xylem. Is it only one number of xylem? One xylem tissue is there? Xylem is a tissue. Only one is there? No. There are many xylem tissue. From roots to the leaves, you imagine, from roots to the leaves, there are many xylem tissue which are interconnected with each other. That are interconnected with each other, one-to-one connection through xylem vessels, xylem tracheates. You might have learned the parts in the earlier class itself. So all those xylems, one, you imagine like bridge stick, what we tell, Okay, you imagine like a cell. Everyone has seen the cell. How they are connected from one to another, without any space. It has been connected. In the similar manner, when loss of water take place from the surrounding atmosphere, there creates a suction or a vacuum in between other xylems. Understanding? In the xylem, space is being created. Other xylem which are down. Which is down. See, one xylem is there at the top. First xylem, imagine. From that xylem, water is coming out. How does water reach the first xylem now? From the second xylem. Right? Second xylem water is being replaced by the third xylem. Similarly, it goes on. At the end, what happens? There will be some vacuum that is created. So that vacuum is known to be as a that vacuum is being filled by the process called transpiration pull. Transpiration pull. So the loss of water enforces the water molecules to be more absorbed, because the vacuum is created. That vacuum should be filled now. Understanding that vacuum or the space should be filled. So there is a suction pull. Imagine in a straw, you'll be drinking something. You'll be drinking juice. There will be some mass of juice particles that will be stuck in the straw. At that time, what you'll do? You'll suck it with the same energy. Will you suck it with the same energy? What you'll do? ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ ಕುಡಿತಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ಜ್ಯೂಸ್ in fruit pieces straw ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. What you'll do at that time?
We will throw the straw and we will drink.
Very good. Who is that? Nice answer you have given.
Suck with more energy.
You'll suck it with more energy. Similarly, when there is a gap in between, it is not able to take the water molecule further. What is needed now? Some energy is needed from the plant. So that is nothing but the transpirational pull or the suction force. Some force is needed. So that is nothing but a suction force, or it is also known to be as a transpirational pull, which helps in drawing the water upward from the root to the leaf. Understood? Understood what is transpirational pull? What it is? Who can tell me now? Who can tell me? Pooja, don't raise your hand. Who else? Who told that you'll throw the straw and you'll drink from the glass itself? Who was that? Please tell the name, Pooja.
Prashant.
Prashant, tell me, what do you mean by transpirational pull?
Suction force as the force which acts in drawing the water.
So it is a force which is needed when loss of water take place from each xylem tissue to draw the water in the upward movement. To draw the water, to take out the water, to take up the water from root to the leaf. Only one thing I am telling, from root to leaf. Similarly, it happens from root to stem, root to seeds, root to flower. Okay, only one I am taking from root to leaf. So the suction force which is needed to draw the water from root to the flower to the leaf is known to be as a transpirational pull. Clear? There is one more mechanism that is involved in this transportation, in the ascent of sap, that is nothing but root pressure. That is nothing but root pressure. I will give you two situations now. Okay, I will give you two situations. You should tell me what is root pressure. Fine. In the soil, ions are there, which are needed for the plants. Imagine it as a potassium, okay, nitrogen, phosphorus. All these are the minerals that are present in the soil. These are in the form of ions. It is present in the soil. In the root, ions are more, or in the soil, ions are more at the initial stage. At the initial stage. Where are the ions more? In the soil or in the root?
Soil.
Soil.
I need only one answer. Don't tell me that this. In the soil, it is more initially.
In both.
In both. How did the root get ions at first?
From the soil.
From the soil. So where is the ions more? Where are the ions more? It is present in the soil. So what happens? The root take up the ions from the surrounding soil. From the surrounding soil, all the ions the root takes up. How it takes up? By which process it takes up? Where is the higher concentration?
Soil.
Where is the higher concentration of ions? In soil or in the root? At initial
Soil.
in the
Soil.
soil it is there.
Soil.
So from higher concentration to lower concentration. What is that moment known to be?
Diffusion.
The movement of solute particle from soil to the root take place. That is the movement of ions from roots from the soil to the root take place. Now where is the concentration more at the next stage?
Roots.
In the roots it is more, right? In the roots ion concentration is more. Similarly, water molecules, okay, in the soil it is more. In the soil it is more. It has to be taken up by the what? Root. What is happening? By what pressure it is moving? By what process water molecules are moving? There is high concentration. Initially, water high concentration, where it is?
Soil.
Soil only, right? Land ಮೇಲೆ ತಾನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Irrigation when you are doing, first it will be going to soil only, no? Okay.
Yes.
So in soil, high concentration of water is there. Where is the low concentration of water?
Roots.
Okay, very good. So now, from where to where it will move?
Soil to roots.
From soil to root it will move. By what process?
Osmosis.
Osmosis. That is the movement of water molecules or the solvent molecules from the high concentration to low concentration. So that pressure with which it moves is known to be as a root pressure, osmotic pressure, or hydrostatic pressure. What it is known as? Root pressure. Root is absorbing the water from the soil, so it needs some agent. Okay, that is the movement from higher concentration to lower concentration. With some pressure, it is taking up the water. It is taking up the water from the soil. So that pressure is known to be as a root pressure, or it is also known as osmotic pressure, or it is also known as hydrostatic pressure. Clear? Manoj has raised hand. Yeah, please tell me. Why did you raise hand, Manoj? Okay, let us proceed. Clear with this? What? Can you pardon? So what do you mean by root pressure now?
Observation of water from soil through osmosis process.
Okay. So in root, directly root is taking that water, or what is taking the water? What will take the water? What will transport the water?
Through semi-permeable membrane.
Okay. Which tissue will take up the water? Which tissue will transport? Xylem.
Xylem.
What do you mean by root pressure now? Hydrostatic means what? Hydro means water again. Water pressure only. It is also. So it is a hydrostatic pressure, or it is a osmotic pressure developed in the root system that pumps the water in the root xylem. Understood? What it is pumping? It is pumping water molecules from the soil to the root through the root xylem. It is known to be as root pressure. Clear, students? Clear till here? Understood? So with these two mechanisms, first what is happening? Root pressure is being developed. Root is taking up the water molecules from the soil through the osmotic pressure, and that is being transported from one xylem to another xylem in the similar manner. And once the temperature is more, the loss of water takes place, creating a vacuum in the middle of the other xylems, creating the vacuum, so that there is a pull or the suction pull or the suction force which enforces the water molecule to move upward. Clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How many of you are sleeping? Show your faces. Show your faces. Clear with the first concept? Have any doubt?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah, tell me, Archit.
ma'am, you said no, ma'am, water will be absorbed from the soil.
Okay.
If the plant does not get the water,
Okay.
it can absorb the moisture surrounding the airs. Moisture will be present. Ma'am, in atmosphere.
Yeah, that is the
atmosphere,
next phloem I will be talking about.
ma'am, it can absorb the moisture also, or only the water which is present in the
water
soil.
molecules are always collected from the root itself. The development or the growth of of the plant take place from the root itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, water molecules from the root itself. Other things, the food molecules, when I will be going to the next part, you will understand there. From leaf, what is being absorbed. Okay? Clear, Archit?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
So clear with the students? So ascent of sap. What is ascent of sap? Be fast. We'll complete. We have to be fast. I'm very slow. I'm failing.
Movement of
Movement
water
of
and minerals.
water and
Movement
minerals.
of
Moment of
Water and
water.
In increasing order.
Water and
Water and
minerals.
minerals.
upward. You should not tell increasing order. Upward movement. Upward. Aita? Don't tell it as increasing. Upward movement.
Word.
Upward movement of water and minerals from the root to the leaf
Plant.
of a plant through what? Through what?
Xylem.
Through
Xylem.
xylem. Is known to be as the
Xylem.
ascent of sap. So which are the two mechanisms that are taking place that are essential for the upward movement?
Transpiration.
Transpiration and
root
pressure.
Transpiration to root pressure.
Okay, transpiration and root pressure. You got to know that transpiration is nothing but the loss of water, right? And it creates, when the water content in the form of water vapor, it is escaping, it creates a vacuum there, which needs a suction force to take the water upward, right? So that movement is known to be as a transpirational pull or the suction force. Next, the root should take water from the soil. So the root system, what is taking the water from the soil, there exerts a pressure which is also known as hydrostatic pressure or an osmotic pressure, which helps the water molecules to penetrate into the root. From there, again, it moves upwards. Clear with these two concepts, student? So xylem are many, not one. There are many which are interconnected. Xylem vessels, xylem tracheates, which are interconnected with each other. That helps the movement of water molecules from root to the leaf. Fine? Fine? Okay, you can see the picture later. Shall I continue? No, only 2 minutes is left. Fine. Every one of you have completed the notes. What about Dushyant? He is not coming online itself. I'm observing from 2 to 3 days. Okay, notes for everyone, it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Bhaskar, you have written notes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, we are going slow, but we are covering the topic properly. Fine. So let us do little. Once the school starts, we can again do the same thing. We can proceed, but one topic you should be clear. Whatever we are doing now, you should be clear with that topic. Study on the same day so that you can understand. If you have textbook, go through it. Fine. Okay. Next in the next class, we'll go through translocation. It is very simple. You can complete it soon. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Yeah.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Okay. Bye.